Your lack of discipline is killing you slowly. If you've ever heard that men have a higher mortality rate than women, then I bet you thought it was because men are more adventurous or that they get into dumber situations. Ha ha ha. Stupid men. But the fact is, men are more likely to die because they fall to their temptations. And those temptations are more likely to lead them into a coffin more than the temptations of women. A man who cannot control his lust is gonna fall to a woman who's gonna lead him to ruin. A man who cannot control his greed is gonna get into conflict with other men over resources that he doesn't need. A man who cannot control his gluttony is going to fall for the food that gave him comfort but did not understand and realize that he was drowning in it. We fall for our temptations, and they are the cause of our suffering. I don't mean to not enjoy life. You need to enjoy life. You need to be experiencing things. You need to be trying things out. But the lack of discipline, the lack of having something that's worth saying no to other things and sticking with it is causing you to be less than. Let me give you clear examples to make it more visible. And what better example than your physical body? Now, two people, one of them is fit and the other person is mortally obese, you're gonna respect a person who's fit. When I say respect, I don't mean respect in a way like you know them or something. It's just you appreciate the way they look. You understand that work has been done to get to where they are right now. The person who's mortally obese, you're gonna feel bad for, or maybe you won't, it depends on who you are, but you're not really envying them. You do not want to be like them. I don't believe that there is someone who's fit who wants to be like someone who's mortally obese and having a hard time getting up and down the stairs now. Do you? And outside of other people's appreciation or respect, the fact is a person who's overweight, a person who has lost utter control over his own body, is more likely to end up in a coffin compared to another person who put his time and effort into getting into a physical condition that is conducive to his goals and the life he wants to live. That's simple, right? But the lack of discipline does not end here. The lack of discipline and it being the factor that it's gonna decrease your lifespan goes further. Now, we all love enjoying ourselves. We all like that hit of dopamine, don't we? This is why TikTok is the biggest app in the world currently. This is why short form content has exploded in the past few years. And this is why you and probably your kids are always on your phone. But we have our limits, don't we? We have places that, at least I hope we do, right? That we are not willing to cross. But someone who lost the discipline and fallen into abusing drugs, whether they wanted it or not, is someone that we can only pity. We do not envy a drug addict. We do not desire to be an addict to anything. It doesn't need to be hardcore drugs. If you're doing something that you cannot stop, no matter what, even if your life is on the line, then no one can respect you. No one can respect you really, truly. If I'm looking at you and you're smoking your life away every single day, how am I able to make you my role model? Of course, you don't want me to be going going on and making you my role model or anything. That's not like your goal in life. But the point is, you being unable to control your impulses, to control your own mind, is just not only killing you, which is the most important thing to be honest, is also lowering your enjoyment with life. No person who loses their own self agency is happy about it. No addict is truly happy about being an addict. It's just understanding what's wrong with you doesn't always result in you making enough changes to live a better life. What I mean by that, you might know that you have a toxic relationship, that you have someone that is hurting you, but you care about them. And you try and try and try, even though deep down you know if you just stop talking to that person and cut them out of your life, you're gonna be better off. But you don't end up doing it because you're addicted. You are addicted to that person and you do not value yourself enough. You don't have the discipline to go with it, to go to the uncomfortable place of speaking to that person and having that hard conversation and telling them that you cannot stay together in the way that you are right now. Either they change or you end. And usually you shouldn't even bring up the part of change unless you really care about that person, because people don't change with force. People change out of their own will. Maybe your advice is going to hit after 10 years, or maybe it's going to hit in a week, but your advice is not really going to change that person unless they are in the right time and the right place for it. Now, in short, simple as it is, the lack of discipline you have bleeds into each and everything that you do. The way you do something is the way you do everything. And that lowers the quality of your life, the quality of your social interactions, and the quality of your enjoyment. And most importantly, in the context of this video, it's gonna lower your life expectancy. Anything and everything is related to discipline. Now, is it gonna be bad the whole time, all day, every day? No. There are things that you need to be disciplined in that you're gonna enjoy over time. But there are also other things that you probably will never really enjoy. I mean, no one enjoys filing their taxes, so you either gonna, but you have to either do it yourself or pay someone to do it. You can't just never do your taxes now, can you? But the thing is, the more you do something, the better you get at it. Okay? And the better you get at something, the less time you can spend on it. The more, and also the more successful you can get, you can also outsource the things that you don't like. But at the beginning, when you're low level at anything, you need to push through. You need to push through the uncomfortable stage of not knowing what you're really doing. That's it. You have to do it. You have to do it not only for your loved ones, not only for your future, but for you, to prove to yourself that you're better, that you can reach higher levels. And isn't that the whole point of life? Doing things that make you improve, learning, being a little bit better than yesterday. At least I find that to be the case. Sharing that knowledge, sharing that wisdom, and growing with other people. I believe it's the most fun that you can have when you are going. But there are times that you will not be happy. There are times that you will doubt what you are doing. But regardless, you're doing it either way because that is discipline. It's crazy that I've reached this point of the video and I haven't said it, but discipline is doing what you need to do no matter what. Don't give yourself excuses. Just do it. As simple as it is. You have to do it. Give yourself no other choice but to do it. I remember there was something that made me say the following words: I will do it even if my bones broke. I will do it even if my soul is crushed. I'm gonna do it even if I die. No, even after I die, I'm gonna do that. Now, What it was, it doesn't matter. Did I follow through? Not really. I was 16. I was a 16-year-old edgy Habesha kid. But hey, but that those sentences, that promise that I gave to myself, it comes back to me from time to time because I realized that I needed to do those things, which I did as consistently as I could. And now I have better consistency than yesterday because let's be real, you're not a robot. You're not gonna be perfect every day. And it doesn't matter. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up. You just need to do it. That's the sexy part about it. That is the thing that's attractive, that gives people respect, and that gives you respect with yourself, knowing that you're showing up even in your worst shape. You're doing it either way. No one, I mean, no one can stop you. The weather, your sickness, your how you feel, nothing can stop you. And that is the highest level of respect you can get from anywhere. Money doesn't get you respect, it only gets you attention. True, true, true discipline gets people's eyes rolling. It gets them looking directly at you and telling you that they look up to you, whether it be people younger than you, whether it be people older than you. And in a way, that feeling that you get when you hear that, that little happiness could be adding a day or two to your life outside of all the other things. But that was the idea I wanted to share with you today, and I hope you have a nice day.